Good evening, everyone. This is Michael Obed at Bankstown. Uh, there was a few couple of days. Well, I'll start from the end of it. The end of it is Australian are still feeling the heat of everything. It's very difficult to some people who doesn't want to understand what is the serious issue with what happened in all of this problem of COVID-19. The major issue that they failed the government on all levels to put what we can call it a national real policy of dealing with things because they have no experience of doing such a thing. Also, they failed to consult with any other expert or resources or any other government who confronted the situation before. Zero communication with anybody. Zero. The health minister actually is from an education background, so this person doesn't know anything about health almost, except the basic thing maybe he learned when he started becoming as a minister. He's not one of these people who can handle such a crisis. Maybe he done some first aid course or whatever he done, but it doesn't mean he can handle such a crisis. He's not a suitable person to deal with such a thing. Health minister is supposed to be not just a doctor, by the way. He's supposed to be work in managerial level in hospitals and stuff like this. You can't bring somebody to become a minister. Actually, it's a basic problem about the Australian political system that you can be a member of parliament and a minister at the same time. So the minister of New South Wales or other people also in ministerial position, they are member of parliament. So there's no complaint can be made against anybody. No. There's no one is going to lose his job. And the only solution, as far as I can see, the real thing is about changing the political system itself. You can't keep it the same for all of these years. It's not working, and it's proving all the time it's wrong. As I said before, you can't be in an authoritarian position and political position at the same time. Supposed to be actually one as technical position as an expert in your field to become a minister. You can't be a member of parliament at the same time. Either there is no way to get you doing the wrong thing. Unless if your political party decided to dump you, and I doubt that anything like this could ever happen in Australia. It will never happen. The only time that mysteriously happened, it was on Gough Whitlam era. They didn't want that man because maybe he was too smart for Gough Whitlam era. They didn't want that man because maybe he was too smart for the whole thing at that time, as far as I can see, and everybody can see very clearly. However, the New South Wales government, they're telling us the good news that by the 1st of December, everybody will free. By this, everybody will this. By this, everybody will that. Wow. But if you are not vaccinated, then you'll be behind for a few weeks. If you are not, forget about the way they talk, and they look absolutely miserable. There is no real charisma in what they are doing or the way they talk. And I'm not having fun of them. I said it before that the body language is absolutely horrible. You can't trust the person. The body language tells that they don't believe in what they're doing. They said there's 95,000 tests being done, and upon that there's 757 cases something. And they said, we are dropping. Actually, the dropping is about how many people being tested, because before there was something not 90,000, there was something like 130,000 usually people getting tested. So the idea of putting things down, but also there are 12 people who is dead with COVID. Everybody says with COVID. Okay, so we don't know if they are dying because of COVID or they died because of other reasons. So, however, I'm not going to keep discussing this forever. As I said before, Actually, the real criminal here and the real person who wrote the corona disease, it was Gladys and her body. All these people actually, if we want to get off from our problem and somebody has to be held responsible, her and everybody who is behind a person like this, including federal level, supposed to go to jail. Honestly, have to be prosecuted, have to be sacked. Who's the one who killed all of these people who died because of corona, as you are saying, insisting they died because of corona? I believe you. So I'm accountable, as she said about herself. But no. Also, they are lying about the freedom. So what's going to happen after this freedom thing? You are going to keep the same law. So if somebody get infected because of somebody or whatever, this thing is going to be done differently, or will fun police keep chasing people? For me personally, actually, I've been approached by police, and police are trying to do the job and everything. And I told them, guys, if you don't have any credential in you that I can check that you done the job yourself, then stay away from me. Simple as that. You can't ask people to practice something you don't do yourself. You can't ask people to be obedient to something and you are not obedient into. Full stop. It's like that police guy who stopped at the middle of the road once. I still remember that guy. He was a silly young man. He asked me to stop, and no stopping zone. He says, "No, why you stop here?" He stopped at the middle of the road. So it tells you it's the same problem again and again. And regarding to police, as far as I know, also you can't keep things like this. After we've seen what's happening from the police, when people are coming, it's supposed to be like changing also the same process that's been done for too many years. It doesn't work anymore. You can't make people involved in conflict with police, especially when we talk about we stop this person, then something silly happened. Come on. Then when he go to the police station, he can do funny things there and hide evidence or do the shinky finky work and run away with it. It happened, and it will keep happening. So my idea about that is like this. It depends on what we can call it case recognition. Like if we assume the police being called to a fight between people, people are fighting with each other, then it's quite understandable. You have to take these people to the police station, and you can't put the police aside. But if you have somebody, you stop somebody at the middle of the road, and it needed medical attention, things have to be changed. And police have to be arrested on spot in hospital. We don't know who caused and what is the real suspicious thing that happened. Nobody knows. As far as I know, everybody knows. In the old days, when police used to arrest people who have let's say diabetic, they are diabetic, these people, so they look like a drunk or drowsy or this or that or on drugs or something, so they look on the cell, and next day they are dead, these people. Till, as far as I know, till something like 1971, till somebody pay attention to this problem worldwide and they stop it. But before that, it used to happen. Now it happened other things, and all of us, you know that. I'm very disappointed that there is no response almost from anybody about the incident, the attack on Natalia, the poor lady who been attacked in the park and sexually assaulted by the police in this manner. Nobody knows anything about it yet. Nobody wants to talk about it yet. So we still again and again in the same trouble again and again. Melbourne. Yes, we are here facing also serious situation. Ah, these Melbourneys, they are vicious people. You see, all the media is trying to tell us Melbourneys. Oh, no, I don't think that if something thing is okay here in Bankstown or in any way, it means, well, It's allowed for these people from Melbourne to come here. No, 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 no. Every state is different. They are trying to break the unity of Australia. I'm start getting very suspicious. What is the plan of Liberal and Labor and the whole thing? Is this going to crack Australia to a few different states, or what is they are trying to do? In a practical way, this is what they are doing. So, what's happening in Melbourne? They are describing people of Melbourne that they are of some terrible kind of people, and all the mainstream media is talking about them all the way that we have to be careful from these Melbournians. Maybe they will come after us someday. Uh, I don't think that sounds as a smart political position or moral position or national position or humanitarian position. Actually, mainstream media is falling apart. And guys, all of you are falling apart from federal level, federal government to the states level governments. You're falling apart, guys. The whole thing is shown how limited brain you are. Very limited brain, honestly. We hope that we will pass this crisis with minimum people who is going to die more and more because somebody wants to bring the disease to this country. And all of us, we know who done it. It wasn't me, of course, isn't it? Have a good night, everyone.